link, and then I'm in it.
Oh, you know what? I'm not on this Wildfire yet. Oh, yeah, I am. They're great.
So
It'll take a little bit.
You have the text. Okay, so
I gotta share this now.
Yeah.
How do I copy this link? Just a minute.
You just tweet it out. You copy and paste it. You hold the finger down.
Oh, okay. Copy. Now I gotta go to Facebook.
Good evening. Good afternoon. There's a couple people coming on. So
All right, good deal.
Put in a little question and answer session.
We need to be able to see live chat. We're not seeing it for some reason.
Oh, we will see.
Okay.
Live chat, yeah. Visible, yep. We're going to do a little question and answer session here. We got some, Kathy's working on video and all kinds of things.
I was going to share with you. So let me upload this real quick to.
There it is. Hi, Kat. Good evening. Yes. We're going to try to answer your question. Go ahead and get that done, and then we'll.
Oh.
Or I can do it.
I got it finally.
Okay.
I just have to create posts.
How's everybody doing today? Blue shed, yes. I didn't wear blue, but I got a little blue. She's definitely got blue.
I got blue.
Yeah. I should have wore some blue. She's getting it ready. She's sending out another link. Hello from UK. Hello, guys.
Oh, it's so tiny. Sonia Butler, hello.
Yeah,
How are you doing?
All right.
See, hi,
Scott.
guys. Oh my gosh. All you do is touch it. And it's
I know.
Okay.
Blue shed, yeah.
I'm going to send out one more notification. You too. What was I going to do? Oh, yeah.
Twitter, I guess. Hello.
Yeah, Twitter. That's right.
All I recognize about Twitter's behind that's true.
We're
getting changed. Yeah, it's been pretty rough. Yeah.
That's what I said. We're all calm, so.
Yeah.
We're live. I'm going to tag you in this, okay?
That's fine, mate. Okay, so we'll do a little question and answer session as soon as Kathy wraps up her deal there. And
yeah, I'm challenged when it comes to.
I was by your house. Yes. Hello from Alberta. Hello from Southern California. Hello, Arizona.
I'm going to have to go back to the deal and do that.
You got to do it. Better. We should have to do it right. Technology, it's wonderful when it all works, isn't it? Okay.
Now you see why the premiere of the Selden Tornado's not up. Because I'm doing it.
I didn't say a word. I'm not touching that. I'm not touching that 10 football. All right. We know the deal. Okay, where's your Twitter deal at, man?
No, here. Oh, Twitter? It's right here.
Where are you going to post it?
Twitter. Real life.
Here we go.
Thank you. Oh, yes.
There you go,
Okay,
man.
now I can relax.
Okay.
Now I can't see any questions. Are you deep?
Yeah, here we go. I'm from Jacksonville. How many miles did you drive during your event? This last week or the whole spring? This last week, I felt like I drove like 10,000 miles. Probably drove 2 or 3,000, I think, this last week, 4 days. Hello, Jeff. Yep. Southern Florida. Hello. Hey, you kept in contact with people after.
Oh, yeah. So many people.
Yeah,
So many people. We've made lasting friendships, lifelong friendships as a result.
Yeah, Periscope. Yeah, Harvey scared. Yeah, scared a lot of people. Right, scared me too. Tornado at night. Yeah, filming tornadoes at night. Thermal imagery. Yeah, already looking at that. Couple suggestions of that for the other night, and there's a couple other people already have some thermal cameras, and we're looking at that right now. That is a good suggestion.
He's pretty amazing. I have to tell you. I mean, it's like he can see the cloud. It'll be pitch black, and he'll say, "Look at that cloud structure. Look at that moat," and I'm just like, I see nothing, you know. He sees it really well.
It's a combination of radar. It's kind of a combination of radar and the velocity couplet, and where the, what looks like to you visually even at nighttime. You see the rain rapid, and you look for signs that are kind of out of the ordinary, and you keep you listen to.
Oh, he has like a uncanny ability.
Yeah. So, that thing's chasing. Yeah, because of COVID, the last couple of years, that's been kind of tough to do. Yes, we have. What shall I say? I have taken people in the past. We've taken a lot of private, like broadcast companies, and people work on National Geographic, and we do special science projects. Those are starting to ramp up again. In the last 30, 60 days, we've had a number of requests. I got 2 requests a day from people wanting to do special projects out in the field because the weather's been so extreme with climate and the drought and the fires and tornadoes and everything. So
somebody had said, ask it, what do you think the tropical season's going to be like?
Could be active, more than normal, and
gas station had me on edge too. Just want to
say that. Yeah, the gas station. Yeah, Yeah, we had me on the edge too. It was not fun. I've been in that situation a couple times. You got to think about it. And
I know, this periscope too.
yeah, as a storm comes across, the power's gonna, those big supercells, the power goes out with the storm. So you kind of anticipate those kind of things. So you've got to watch the gas gauge all the time, right? And a lot of times, there's several times over the last 40 years, I've gotten gas a minute, 2 minutes before the power's out to the whole county.
Yeah.
And so
They
during
do this in
hurricanes.
those places like the co-ops leave it on.
Yeah, the co-ops, a lot of co-ops in rural areas, they've gone. Very similar to what we experienced in over in East Texas. Thank goodness for the co-op store combination. There was able to get gas.
I need like a cushion or something.
No, you're
Put it
fine.
Down in a hole. I was just thinking.
No, you're fine. Yeah, blue shadows.
Oh yeah, I know. Really,
Yeah.
I don't know what it was, but it was just like there was such a camaraderie and on those periscopes, it was amazing,
Right.
totally amazing. And
Right.
half the time I was at home, watching along with you guys, so I experienced everything you guys experienced.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Yeah, blue shadow was pretty interesting. That whole Hurricane Harvey was just pretty amazing event. I mean,
So Sonia was asking, what is probably the most beautiful tornado that you've been
oh,
on?
most beautiful tornado. Wow, I mean, it's got to be probably.
I know what one.
The one up in Northeast Colorado.
Deer Trail.
Yeah, no, not Deer Trail, the one that I drove right next to.
I don't know.
I'll say Campo, but it's not Campo. The one there on the Campo. Brady, Nebraska was a very pretty photogenic tornado. It moved up north and then west. It was white and went over a river. And it went from dark black soil to went over the Jeffrey Reservoir Dam in southwest Nebraska, Brady, Nebraska, and it went over the water and it turned white.
Oh,
Big, huge
yeah.
tornado. That was super spectacular, beautiful storm.
On my Instagram account under Kat Petrosky, or no, it's Twister Chasers. It's Twister Chasers. I just posted a Deer Trail, Colorado supercell picture, and that's why you'll see when you see that photo. That's why it was my favorite chase.
Yeah. Oh, the great Colorado tornado, where me and Dustin drove right next to it. The big supercell. Yes. Both.
Oh,
Maybe
Miss.
both in Car Wars. Yes.
Great.
I appreciate the comments there. Thanks. Yeah.
Oh yay, blue shed. I know so many people go, what is a blue shed?
Well, if you don't have a background in storm chasing, depending on where you live, join the Weather Service local NWS. They have AMS or NWA
There's
groups.
spotter
Yeah,
training
spotter,
coming up
spotter.
actually the 21st. No, the 21st is past. It's the 31st. Online, it's virtual. I just looked it
Oh,
up
virtual.
today.
Okay, so that's even better. So yeah, you can go to Weather Service NWS.noaa.gov and you can look at their local training schedule. And most offices have it during the spring, depending on what part of the country you live in. And that's going right now. And you go in and tell you to schedule local communities and go attend it and just learn things and get online and read a lot about the weather, storm chasing, and all the things, do's and don'ts. Yes, need blue sheds. Right? Well, we've talked about that a lot of times. It gets we talked about that quite a bit. Blue shed team, blue shed hats, caps, gloves, hats.
We
cool
do,
stuff.
we need to
Yep.
get some merch out there.
Yep.
That's what we need to do.
What's the strongest hurricane ever chased? Oh, there's been several Cat 5s. Michael, Katrina. Oh my gosh. There's been so many crazy ones. Harvey. You got you got Wilma, Francis, Jean, Ivan. In Florida, there's Iran. You had Hurricane Sandy. I mean, they're all they're all up there. They're all unique. They're all different, and they're all kind of their own. They all don't have to be Cat 5s or 3s or 4s or 5s. They're all different. They're all just you can take a Cat 2 and it's maybe real slow and do more damage.
We got that situation. Excuse me. I'm
What's that?
sorry. Sonia mentioned something about weeing. Well, I have to address that just
What is it?
quickly because people probably want to know.
What?
When you're out on going to the restroom.
Oh yeah, go to the restroom.
Okay, well,
It
I
happens,
solved that little issue really well. I bought it's a bucket, 5-gallon bucket, is that right? It has a lid and it has biodegradable
bags
and everything. In case
a lot of campers use them. People go, to the back trails and stuff. There's a good ecological way to do that, and
exactly.
And a lot of times we're in very, very rural areas, and good luck on a bathroom open at 10 p.m. at night in rural America. That is not going to happen. And so you got to be prepared for those situations.
You do, and we're pretty.
And sometimes when you got to go, and you know, you got to take precautions, and you got to make sure you're not streaming live and those kind of things. And it's so
Yeah, that's
I've never had that. I've never had that happen. No, I never have. I just, you know, you got to think, don't walk out front, don't walk, you know. So yeah, so you got to be real.
I'm really sorry that premiere didn't turn out tonight.
The premiere's fine. I mean, the video's
the
video. Wait, she said the
great.
video.
But it's really challenging. It's a long. We shot a lot of footage because we had an intern with us, Julian Blades. He's my nephew.
Yep.
He's going to school for filmmaking,
Yep.
and
Great.
it was. We had tons of footage for this event, so that's the thing.
That's where we're shooting cameras. We made, I guess, multiple GoPros. We had like 7
time
cameras.
warp. We had a time warp GoPro going the entire time from the moment we left the house, actually.
Yeah, so there's nothing you don't see happening behind us, overhead, and out the front, both windows. I mean, and there's stuff everywhere going on. This is pretty crazy.
And, you know, someone, you know, I don't usually take bad comments to heart. Trust me, I don't, because you have to have a thick skin to be in this business. But someone had said that they were very disappointed that we had shown the destruction. Well, they don't really have any idea how many people I've talked to, and seldom I've been in contact with a lot of people, and what they struggled through, what they went through, and how they're doing now. But beyond that, the reason I made that that little teaser clip is because it shows how we all shoot. We're very run and gun. We're very we're on our game. So you know, it was basically showing
Julian, all three of us
in action.
Yeah, behind the scenes, it's pretty radical. I mean, it really is. We're out in the field. It's all hands on deck, and the main thing is you got to be like 360 aware. It's not just like walking, you know, driving into a calm scene. There's a lot of things that are happening around you. It's other drivers, it's people, it's the weather, it's the local residents, it's the animals, because the animals respond to the weather too. You know, they don't like hail, they don't like wind, and they start running for shelter. And you got to watch out for everything around out in the field. And boy, we've seen some wild animals out in the field.
Is the comments?
It's still going, baby.
Okay.
They come and go.
Because I can't ever tell.
How about some more questions for me and Kathy? I'm not seeing more questions.
Well, it's kind of it's dinner time usually for most
That's
people.
true. It is at dinner time.
I did this.
I wonder who booked this at this time.
Yeah, me.
6:30. Kathy, come on. Ask questions. We'll try to answer everything.
Yeah.
Hello.
I don't think you can see it. Let me look.
No, honey, it's on.
Oh, it is? Okay.
It's on. Look, start your stream, baby, and check it out.
I'm going to. That's what I'm doing. Let's see.
I had questions there and they slowed down.
Hope we didn't get disconnected.
I don't think so, babe. No. Look at your streaming.
I'm trying.
Oh, some more back. Sometimes it filters them, right?
Oh, thank you, Lucas C., for your support. Greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, no kidding.
So I missed that. So you got the live chat. I'll let you ask the question.
Okay, now I've got the live chat going.
Okay, there you go.
Will you write a book? Terry Mills wants to know. I certainly hope so.
You know, I've been asked that a million times. There's a lot of things in the works. No book plan is this second, but at some point I'm going to do a book about the past 50 years of chasing and the good, bad, and ugly. But most of it's going to be good, and probably, you know, I think I definitely have enough stories to tell in video and pictures to share, like a chronicle from events from 16 years old and almost drowning in a flood to today's current time and technology. I'm a big technology front, so. Anyway, that's all good.
Yeah. No, I was just saying you should sit back a little bit. You're kind of like.
Oh yeah. I'm ready for it. It's been a rough 96 hours, right? The driving.
Fire Chick 59 was asking what's the worst devastating tornado you experienced. For me, it was Joplin, Missouri. That was definitely the worst tornado event. But you know, like I said, we made such great friends in Joplin.
Joplin was incredible. I mean, the other one, you know, that people a lot of times. People don't realize back in 99 was May 3rd, 99.
Yeah, so here's alert. May
3rd, 99. That was really bad in Oklahoma City. A coffee table, that's right. It's evening coffee time.
Have you ever met Al Roker?
Yes, several times. I know Al personally. Most of the people I know in the United States, for some in the business, right? I mean, I sell weather equipment to television stations, so I know most of the TV meteorologists in most cities. A lot of them I'm very good friends with, a lot of that's on a personal level, but yes, I know Al very well. No digital versions of the Joplin DVD, but
No, but I need to.
yeah,
Put it
that's something
online.
we're looking at.
Yeah.
In the digital world, you got to protect your assets, but there's ways to encode it where it can be played once, on your local computer or PC or TV, or for a time, have a time limit in there, or if you buy it and then you have a time you can replay it.
Oh, somebody says they're a big fan of Reed Ryan and Pecos Hank. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's our movie?
Yeah, they're all good guys. I'll see. Car broke down the way Chase Monday, but still was able to make it Chase well. Thanks. Awesome. I'm glad you got it back up running.
Darcy.
Yeah, I wasn't able to listen to scanner traffic or Joplin, but I'm sure it was tough. There's no doubt about it. Yep. What do you see, babe?
Let's see. No, did you have a feeling about the Joplin Storm? I would say yes.
Absolutely. Yeah, a lot of people don't realize, unless you're in the weather community, it's Kathy and I. The day before Joplin, we were in eastern Kansas chasing, and there were some tornadoes up near Topeka, and it hit kind of a mobile home area park up by the lake, and we filmed that. And it was really pretty good sized tornadoes. And that same air mass in East Kansas was still there the following day, and it just sat there, right? And we're in eastern Kansas, so as the next wave came through the flow out of New Mexico the following day, we knew that something produced tornadoes like yesterday. And if the air mass didn't move, here comes another wave, it's kind of probably a tornado again. And that's basically what happened. Kind of a simple way.
Oh my gosh. Karen Chance said that she bought your 99 Adventures on VHS and they were fantastic. Been a fan since.
Oh my God. 99.
That's amazing.
Yeah, 99, back in 99, man. That was really unbelievable. In 99, I think I was up 98 or 99 tornadoes from 99. Saw almost 100 tornadoes in 1990. You could literally go out by accident and see a tornado on 99. 99 was just a tornado machine here.
Yeah.
It cranked out tornadoes like crazy.
Yeah, I didn't go with you that much in 99.
No, you didn't.
No, I did. I missed out on the Oklahoma City. Someone was asking me, does your wife chase with you anymore? And yes, I do chase, but it gets closer to like May time frame.
Yeah, May, right.
May time frame.
Alex Diaz, yes, out of the Panhandle, the good howdy, yep.
Age you saw your first tornado?
Oh my gosh.
It's Patty R.
No, I'll tell you exactly when it was. June 8th, 1974. I was 14 years old and is at the brother's house. It was a really warm day, windy day outside, and it was 80. The wind was blowing. It was a beautiful day. And I told my mom I was listening to the radio and I knew there was severe weather coming, and they had tornadoes coming out of Oklahoma City around noon, 1 o'clock. I was listening to AM radio in Tulsa at 7:40, and I heard the little bulletins go off in teletype. And I had a Road McNally map with a ruler, and like 1 inch was like, I think it was like 30 miles or 25 miles. Well, I put a dot down on a map, on a paper map, every time a new report came in. So it hit Oklahoma City, and then it went up and hit the next town, I drove a line, and I figured out how many more hours it would be before it got to Tulsa. And told my mom at 12 noon. It was totally clear skies outside. I said, Mom, we're gonna have tornadoes around 7:30 in Tulsa coming in from Oklahoma City. She goes, it's not a tornado. She goes, it's beautiful. Go outside, play. Just get outside. It's a beautiful day. It's about 5 o'clock, and here comes the storms, and about 6:45 I saw an F3, F4 coming into southwest Tulsa from Broken Arrow, 15 miles away. I look out my west window, my mom's next to me, standing there, and she goes, here it comes. I said, I told you. I was 14 years old. She looked at me, her eyes got big. She goes, I don't know how you did this. She goes, but we need to go to shelter. So, I was in 1974. It's like, okay.
Thank you, Mark Sakuso, for your support.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Appreciate it. I'm going to address this one question because I don't want you to have any
PSD or something?
Jennifer Lydia said, what happened to all the videos, including the knife incidents that we watched live? And but I took that off because number one, the gentleman that happened to, that attacked Jeff, he is gone in for therapy and all kinds of things. Yeah. So I think it's.
Yeah, he had mental issues his whole life, and he's getting treated. Yeah, he's getting treated. So
yeah, so that's fine. Oh, thank you so much for your support. I can't type that in. Oh, Mary Lou Lord, thank you very much.
Oh, thank you for your support. Yeah.
Let's see.
Get some more questions, or Kathy?
I know. I think Blue hearts up for blue shit. I like that, Caroline.
What do you like chasing more, tornadoes or hurricanes? You know, they're both totally different. Man,
Oh my goodness.
but
Which one do you
hurricane,
like?
well, they're just totally two different machines. You know, tornadoes are, I think what I really like the challenge is with tornadoes, it's like trying to find not just a needle in the haystack. If you think about hundreds of thousands of square miles over a 1 or 2 state area, and you're trying to nail down a couple days in advance the general area, you know, maybe a part of the state. And then as you get closer to the event, the day of the event, you're like, okay, you're looking at a map, and it's clear blue skies. A lot of times you're leaving early in the morning, and you're trying to pick a county or two. It's like, hey, I really think it's going to happen. So you look at the models are persistent about, hey, the storms are going to be really big in this area. There's a chance that the gradients look good for tornadoes, potentially. The tornadoes actually, in the scope of things, are very hard. It's really hard for storms to produce tornadoes in the scope of things, in the everyday weather. It's got to be perfect. It's like making a cake. If there's one ingredient that's wrong when you make a cake, either tastes really bad or it's like, yeah, it's okay, but it's not the normal stuff. The weather's kind of the same way. If all the ingredients aren't together, it doesn't really materialize, or it's a dud, or it's like, it's very hard to get tornadoes, to be honest with you. It's very, you know, you see a lot of tornadoes, you see them, of course, this week, Tuesday, Wednesday, there was a ton of tornadoes, right? And there were a lot of bad tornadoes this week in lots of areas, but it's very difficult in the scope of things for tornado days compared to every weather storm days, right? So hurricanes are different. Hurricanes take a lot more energy as far as logistically. You got to plan your flight, your trip, you get there, where you're going to stay. You got to have a couple options like, hey, what happens if hurricane turns right and goes up the East Coast? Well, you better have an East Coast option to fly there. What happens if it goes to the Texas coastline and you thought it was going to go to the Florida Panhandle? How are you going to get over there? And is there gas? Is there evac already starting? You really need to get down there 3, 4 days, 5 days ahead of the actual hurricane impacting the coast, because you got evacuation, trying to get food and water supplies is very, very difficult ahead of time. Unless you pre-plan to get it. Now I've got things in place where I've got friends that live in all the coastal areas that also hurricane chase, and they'll pick up extra supplies for me and I'll form.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah,
That's
so
really nice
it's
and
good.
camaraderie. Chris Time, were you asking about, you said, I became interested in your work with the 2011 Joplin footage. This was heart-wrenching and wanted to know more about the people behind this footage. Are you talking about the people that we shot the footage of, the people, or
The
my
interviews.
putting it together, or how we put that together? I'm just curious. Just to answer, I guess I'll answer that with everyone. It was really, really interesting because when I made the Joplin DVD, I literally could not start on it for 3 months afterwards, because every time I tried, I just start crying. It was just too emotional. The footage was too raw, and too many things had happened, and I just couldn't get beyond it. But a very dear friend of mine, Linda Lindquist Baldwin, who she had lost her brother for a time. They found him eventually at the hospital. But I didn't know her from anyone, but she contacted me and she encouraged me to create the Joplin DVD. And so I did that, and I did it to not hold anything back, because an emergency manager had told me that night he wanted to see the footage. So I pulled it up for him, and he saw this devastating footage, and he says to me, that footage is going to help people heal. And I thought, well, how on earth is this footage going to help anyone heal? But you know, he was right. He knew a lot more than I did, and I've received many emails from people that have told me just that. So,
Thousands of thousands.
Yeah,
of
so
emails. Most of them we can't share. The very private situation of the people.
One in particular, one gentleman in particular lost his wife and told me that was the first person. And he, it made me realize that the work that I did was truly, satisfying, that I had done a good job with that. So that gives that.
A couple more deals.
Oh my goodness, Derek Baker, $50.
Thank you, Derek,
Thank you
for
so
your support.
much. Oh my goodness, thank you. Always admired Derek Baker. I've always admired you both for your chasing videography and compassion for victims of severe weather. And I'm always thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, it's you
Thank
know,
you.
it's one thing about going out and chasing weather and Mother Nature, whether it's snowstorms, hurricanes, or tornadoes, and you there's a human element that comes to it, and that is, look, when a rural community or a city or a big city, when a rural town gets hit by, something horrible happens, a tornado or the hurricane impact, and there's buildings damaged, you can't just drive by and not do anything, right? You got to call 911. And a lot of times, not always, but a lot of times in these rural settings, if it's a big event, a big tornado, a big event, a lot of times those rural communities are overwhelmed, right?
Overwhelmed.
Yeah, and so a lot of times, quite frankly, with it, what one of these, a lot of times, getting a call out to the local 911 office or highway patrol or the district local 911 offices in the surrounding county and saying, hey, this is what I've got here. I've got so many people injured, that many houses damaged. To get the cavalry coming in from other counties is critical. I mean, it's absolutely imperative. I could.
My goodness, with Joplin, I mean.
Right, it's just Joplin.
I think everybody responded within a probably 400-mile radius, and it was just like, more than that. But there still wasn't enough people there.
Yeah, it was. You don't want to go into the details. It was horrific. There's going to be an active tornado and hurricane season. You know what? We're in a pattern right now. The problem with a little bit of the plains, like the central plains, like I-35 corridor west, we're in a drought. I mean, we're in a drought in eastern Oklahoma, and eastern Kansas, and West Texas. They had massive wildfires on Monday and Tuesday across western Oklahoma, western Kansas, western Nebraska, Colorado. I mean, everything from here to California, just a drought. Everything's parched. There's wildfire season this year is going to be extreme again over a huge area of the west. And even in the plains, I mean, we had huge wildfires out of control just west of Dallas Monday as the low-level jet ramped up. So yeah, fire's gonna be a big problem this year. But yeah, tornado season, it's kicking off. Here's what happens: if you have a drought makes more drought in the sense of if a forward dry, it's hard for the atmosphere to recover. You can't get storms develop a lot easy when it's dry and you're in arid atmosphere. It keeps the atmosphere capped. And it's kind of like cooking food without water or something in the pot. If you just have the pot on water, it just burns up, right? Well, if you got water and you got salt in it, you create steam. I'm trying to make it simple. So if I got a boiling pot of water, I get steam in the atmosphere, right? I get this water vapor. So the atmosphere does the same thing. If it rains and Hoover continues to get the normal rainfall, once the sun gets into April, May, we start heating up the ground, right, the outside air, then that water re-evaporates air and it helps to generate additional thunderstorms when waves in the atmosphere come through. So it's kind of like an active pattern if you look at this winter, like just east of Tulsa, Arkansas, Mississippi, Alabama, Tennessee, Kentucky, they have a lot of severe weather, lots of rain. That pattern looks to continue for the next 30 days. So that from basically I-35 east looks to be extremely active, what we just had on Tuesday and Wednesday, right? If that pattern looks the same, very similar.
Thank you so much. C. Thomas says, as a victim of Harvey, excuse me, in Rockport, y'all are the best that came out of that. Thanks for your passion and service to the community. That's great.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you very much for that. Do you have trauma from arriving so soon on scenes like Joplin? I don't think so.
Maybe
initially, it's very sad to think about, But
we went up there. Most people don't know this unless you live in Joplin. We're up there. We were almost up to Joplin almost every day, every other day, every day for almost a year, solid 2 years after Joplin, working with benefits, people raising money, all kinds of productions, documentaries about Joplin. It was our lives for 2 or 3 years.
It was.
Yeah, and matter of fact, I just got a request today. I can't tell you the company. It's going to be a very great information. Somebody else has done another special about Joplin, and it's going to be really good.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing at this one. Mary Lou Lord, when you said that Jeff's passion is contagious and cat keeps him on the good foot.
That's true. That's true.
I'm laughing about that because in this video I just made, I'm like, here we are, we're pulling up, there's all these emergency vehicles coming around, right?
That's pretty.
And there's a car, and he's stopped in the middle at blocking the emergency vehicles and everything. And I go, Jeff, what are you doing? You're honking at a highway patrolman, but it wasn't. It was a storm chase.
Yeah, it wasn't highway patrol.
I blurred
trying to get him
out
out of the way.
everything, so you
Yeah, trying to get him out of the
don't
way.
bet, but that's uncalled for. So
Yeah.
anyway,
All right.
so,
Yeah, my passion is pretty contagious. You know, you've only got one thing in life. You got to believe in your products. You got to believe in your abilities to convey the message. And sometimes it's tough to do that, right? When there's a lot of extreme stuff happening, really at a very rapid pace, because you're trying to watch the outdoor. Sometimes you have to make assumptions on what's happening, and sometimes you're wrong, but most of the time you're right. And you have to take the good with the bad.
several people have asked this question, so I think
Yep,
we should.
yep.
Like, Dennis asked how your approach to chasing has changed after Joplin, or did it?
You know what? Actually, I think of this in reverse. Think about the 40 years prior to Joplin actually prepared me for when Joplin happened. And I know that
There
sounds,
you go.
yeah. So if I didn't have the 40 years prior experience of all the disasters, filming, oh my gosh, up to that time, probably just under 1,000 tornadoes and 900, probably before Joplin, around 900, about 45 hurricanes or so at that point. You'd seen so much stuff. You mentally prepare. You always know there's going to be a big one. And Joplin's not an isolated event. There's going to be another big one. There'll be another, unfortunately, there'll be another type Joplin big, F5 going through the heavy metropolitan area. I don't know what city. When it may happen 30 years from now, it may happen this year. I don't know when it's going to happen. But you've got to prepare. And the thing is, you got to learn some things from Joplin. Absolutely. Today we have cell phone. They have multiple backups, multiple things you can do. And that plays an important role. Social plays, I can tell you right now, in my opinion, but it's a fact. On social, both on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, are critical when you have a major catastrophe.
We were pretty prepared, honestly, for Joplin, and I'll tell you why. Because I took a bunch of, I had toys with me at the time and blankets. But they were kids' blankets. They said princess on them, but who cares? Nobody cared. Everyone was giving out the blankets. And but we had all of that. We were prepared in that sense. I think we take Fix a Flat now. We take several cans
I've got a
as a
whole.
result, 'cause we had
I got a whole kit. Yeah, I got a whole specialized things that we do keep with us when we chase. You got to think about the flats. You got to think about things
what makes you go quiet?
Yeah, what makes me go quiet during the live stream chase? Well, there's a million things. The main thing of what goes quiet. So there's a lot of things that happen there. So won't give away all my secrets, but I will tell you that probably 90% of the time it has to do with cell coverage. So let me tell you how cell towers work if you don't know. So cell towers work like, the best way to describe it, and think of a good analogy. A good analogy is this, I'll just tell you what the cell towers, and they've advanced a bunch in the last 5 or 10 years. But if you have a cell tower, like in a rural area, just take a rural area. I got one big cell tower. It doesn't matter if it's AT&T, Verizon. It doesn't matter what carrier it is, right? This cell tower in the middle of nowhere, it maybe can handle 200 calls or 100 calls at a given time. Well, all of a sudden, if you bring in 50 to 100 chasers come in there, and they're not only talking, but they're streaming live. So now they're taking up more of the bandwidth of that single tower. Well, what happens is the more people get in the area, you overwhelm that tower, and the tower can only handle so much traffic, right? Whether it be data, because my data will slow down, right? As you get more people into the area. But here's the other thing that happens. When a warning goes out, whether it's a severe thunderstorm warning, tornado warning, when a warning goes out and people get the alerts on their phone, what does everybody do? Most people will grab their phone and they start looking at data, they start watching live TV, they're pulling up data off the network. And whether it's off their iPhone or their Droid or their iPad, or they're at their house pulling stuff up on the web. So what happens is the entire network in the local area gets overwhelmed real quick like that. So if you're streaming, and even though I have a connection at that time, all of a sudden the quality will go down because the demand on the network is increasing. So that's,
I think it could solve that problem.
Yeah, well, you can do multiple bonding, and there's things that you can help solve that problem, but it's not foolproof. But that's the #1 reason why. If you're in a metro area that has a lot of 5G towers and the new high-speed internet, as well as a lot more capability and the switches, then you're in a metro area, it's much easier to stay online in a metro area than it is in a rural area. That's just the way it works. I mean, there's only so much capacity at each tower. And again, when you bring 300, 400, 500 people in there, they're all coming at this tower at one time, and it overwhelms the network.
Someone says get a sponsorship with Starlink, but we've already checked into that, and you can't basically
Well,
mobile or something like that.
Well, that's the whole thing's going to change. Yeah, Starlink's going to be a game changer globally. It is a game changer. Yeah, it's a game changer already.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, it's a game changer already. There'll be a lot of news on Starlink in the coming weeks and months that's not out yet. There's gonna be there's all kinds of things. I can't talk about things, but anyway, there's a whole lot of great things coming globally, not just mobile aviation.
Technology.
Yeah, technology. Yeah, there's a lot of great technology that's gonna empower. Again, that get you information here. You can take a Starlink and a phone and go anywhere in the globe and be live from anywhere in the world like this. In the coming months and years. They're doing it today, but you can do it even faster in the coming years from anywhere. Remote island, no matter where you're at. I don't have to depend on local infrastructure or local cell towers or internet. I can go live from anywhere in the world. And those days are happening really soon. Yeah, that's funny.
What this person said, when there's no traffic, data and voice travels faster. When there's no data, really runs slow. Yeah,
right, that's right, Brandon. Right, that's right. Yeah. Keep ask what else. Yeah.
Do you carry multiple devices with different networks?
Absolutely. Let's talk about technology for a minute. Yeah, so let's. You hit my technology button. I can talk to you about technology for 24 hours nonstop. So most people don't know this. I was going to show it to you, but I want to show my number. So let's do this, my private number. So anyway, so most people don't know this. So ever since iPhone 11, I could be off one or two brands, but 1 or 2 months. But iPhone 11 Pro and Max. 12, 13, and 14 come this year will do it. Most people, you have a hard SIM in here, right? A little card, the SIM you put in there. And now they've got what's called electronic SIM. Most phones now, on the iPhones, they have what they call dual, you can have two different phone numbers in the same phone, 2 different carriers in the same phone. Most people don't know that. So I can do AT&T on one, Verizon on the other, which is actually what I have on this one.
On the same phone?
Yeah. Same phone. So you got 2 different cell numbers, and they're 2 different carriers on the same phone. And then on the phone, it has a little part on the app, and it says which number you want to make just data only. And there's a deal in there called. Let me find this one deal. This is I might be able to show this one deal.
No,
this is called.
We don't need that.
I know. I'm just going to show this one thing. I'm just going to show you one thing. You won't see no numbers. Okay. Here's the cool thing. Okay, I will show you. You're gonna want to see this. This is really cool. This is you won't find this on any. I don't think anywhere else.
Guys, though.
Yes, you will see this. Okay, so you got 2 different carriers, 2 different phone numbers. You ready? So if I get into a weak area, let's say on one of the carriers, my phone knows, hey, this signal over here is stronger than this guy. Guess what it does? See that right there? It says auto switch automatically, right? So it knows if I'm in a weak area or a strong area. I don't have to figure it out when I'm driving or anything. It knows if this guy is real weak signal and this guy's strong. And I just use that capability naturally as a lifesaver. That's how I got out in East Texas, because one carrier was down. I won't tell you which one. One carrier didn't have very good coverage. One had extremely good coverage.
Really?
No, I don't want to talk about that. And there's a reason. No. Anyway, long story short, the other carrier had really good coverage, and that's how you saw the gas explosion and the tornado over Crockett, right? Southwest of Crockett. So,
bye-bye, Sonia.
Yeah, so those kind of things, yeah. So your cell phone can take 2 dams, and going forward, there's actually going to be a third option. Your cell phone coming hasn't out yet. Very strong rumor that Apple is going to have, you'll have the 2 SIM cards, electronic. They may get rid of the fifth SIM card. Both electronic, you can have 2 different carriers unlocked. But the third option is, if you have no cell coverage at all, they may have a satellite chip in the phone. It's been showing in rumor now for about 1.5 years. So if you're in a rural area or out of country, and you can't get on the local network, and nobody knows what the rate's going to be, they may have a third chip in here where it can actually talk to the satellite. Hello. So we've got a lot more options coming.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Appreciate your report. Arrived in the chat late. Did you see the video of the truck hit by the tornado?
Yes, that was unbelievable.
Really, what was that?
Oh, that's the guy. Was it Chevy truck? I believe. Yeah, this guy's driving down the road. It was just south of where we're filming in Austin, and the tornado flipped the guy's vehicle.
We're both radio operators.
Yeah,
KC5 RHE.
Yeah, KC5 GLA. And flipped the guy's truck. 2 or 3 times. It spun him around, and as the tornado passed it rolled the truck this way back to the north. And as the tornado passed, the wind came back to the wind came out of the north. And so the wind came out of the north. So when the wind came out of the north, it gave just enough of a push on the truck, so he goes back on his 4 wheels. The guy, I didn't see his exact interview, but he did a face-to-face interview with one of the stations in Austin. And basically the guy says, yeah, I was shook up and I was bruised a little bit, but it was like, it's time to keep on trucking down the road. The guy just moved on. I think his truck got spun by the tornado and flipped multiple times. It was pretty incredible video. To put it on. What's your deal out, babe?
I'm trying to find it. Hold on a second. I know.
Well,
I had to text Mom. There you go.
What do we got here? Let's look at this. So one of you, I have, yes, it's that truck spinning around. Yes, that was unbelievable. Unreal. 16-year-old kid. Okay, 16. I didn't know how old. Yeah, the Chevy truck in the video is crazy. Yes.
I have got to see that then. I've not seen it.
Yeah, it's been really, really crazy.
We're working on a
her mom needs something real quick, so just a minute.
She lives with us, so I need to go check on her.
Yeah. She's probably wondering, well, both cars are here at work, not in the house. Oh, that's Kathy's doctor calling now. So that's been great. Hey, thanks, Brandon. Thank you for the support there. Yes. Yeah, that was pretty wild when he would drive away. That was pretty. Most times tornadoes, even with your seatbelts on, tornadoes generally, in most cases, if you take a direct hit by a tornado in an automobile, statistics probably show 90+% of the time you won't survive that. So the young man was very, very, very fortunate in that situation. Yeah, the Texas chase was stressful. Yeah, it was. Lots of many questions while the tornado is happening now. Yes. Yeah, it was very interesting. Watching actually, the model data gets in there and starts pinpointing where the tornadoes are going to be, or starting to get better and better. And so got into Austin. I was actually staying the night at a hotel about 3 miles south of the tornado track, and it was very interesting watching the tornado come out of the sea with debris, and it was very, very interesting. 86ers were my first channel. Yeah, April 27th in Birmingham. Thank you for doing. Yes, thank you so much. That was lying. Thank you so much. Worst, no. Blue shit, yes. Okay. Somebody wanted to be ugly, right? I mean, somebody wanted to be ugly on here. That's fine. Heather's, yes, chasing on. Yes, it's all good. So anyway, if there's anything you want to ask, the cat's not here. Now's the time to ask, good or bad. Weather OS apps. God, the best OS app. I love our Bear ThreatNet app. Company I work for. If you Google the a lot of different cities stations have our app, and the digital app, and the alerting part of the app it's unparalleled to anything else on the market as far as alerting you for lightning, rain approaching, or you're in a dangerous twisting storm alert even before the warning goes out. So you're kind of getting a tap on the shoulder to be situation aware before it ever gets to you. And that's even before the tornado warning goes out, right? So that's seconds and minutes saves people's lives, and that's imperative for those kind of things. Yeah. Okay, Max Olson chasing. Yes. Any new video equipment, or do you mostly use the phone these days? That's it's evolving. It's changing. Let me get Kathy back here. I'm sorry.
Well, that's good. Let me turn this on. Sorry.
It's fine, babe.
Okay, got it on. Okay.
And so it's let's go back. So there's some questions about technology. So there's a lot of stuff coming. I mean, the easiest thing is that instead of the old days where you had to carry big, huge computers around with you everywhere and a bunch of other additional equipment, it's gotten really simple with the phone. And there's other things coming out in the next year or two that'll even make it better. Chasing, but I think the GoPro cameras have come a long ways. The Canon, we're big Canon fans. The Canon cameras, the 4K, the 8K, all that stuff is come a long ways, and it's very exciting. And high frame rate cameras, 120 frames a second, 4K, shooting flying debris going by in slow mo is enlightening. Is pretty awe-inspiring, to be quite frank with you. And you can slow things down, and sometimes your eyes play tricks, and it's like, what was that big object? You slow that video down, it's like, oh my gosh, that was a telephone pole, or that was a car, or that was a side of a building. Because sometimes in a tornado, in a hurricane too, the things go by you so fast, your eyes, it's in your vision, it's out of your vision, and just a lot of times, just a couple of seconds. Sometimes it's hard to identify what just flew by your vehicle or flew by you before you saw it.
I just want to take a second to tell you guys, thank you so much for tuning in and being here with us. And I'm really tickled that we got to engage with you guys, because we never get to, when everything's scrolling so fast, and I'm usually having to moderate and also sharing stuff, things that Jeff's doing and everything. So this is great.
Yeah, we'll try to do more of this, guys. We're trying to do a lot more live streams. It's been a really crazy week, both the weather and work and everything else. Here's a question from Christian. She says, when you call 911 and tell them about the tornado, do they ever question you about who you are? Do they always trust you? No, they always going to question who you are. I mean, the 911 dispatchers, operator takes, they're taking all kinds of calls, right, from everybody, from people needing help to this man. I know. I was just people. When you talk to 911 operators, you just got to be. Sometimes they'll talk too fast. You guys have heard that. We just call them just like the Round Rock situation. The warning wasn't out yet, and it looked like I could see a vapor cloud. The cone went down yet, but I could see what appeared to be the debris in the air underneath this. The kind of the dust swirl under the rain-free base. And I looked. I was about 8 miles east of it, east of Round Rock, watching it develop. Next thing I see is I'll see some more debris be lofted, and then I see this cone start coming down. Then I see the cone comes all the way down, and now I've got massive debris. And during the stream, you see me. I said, "There's no tornado warning yet," so I thought, "Okay, it's time to call 911." So I call 911, and operators, "What's your emergency?" I said, "I've got a tornado in Round Rock. It's west of I-35. It's on this road. It's doing major damage, and you need to get a tornado warning out, and you might want to sound the sirens because it's doing damage on the south side of the city right now." So she's typing up the dispatch to all the cars, and I haven't talked to them, and I don't know what happened after I called them. But probably 2 or 3 minutes later, a couple of minutes later, the tornado warning was issued. Hopefully that message got to the local office there.
Dewey Johnson is asking what a lot of people have asked, and I know they're wanting to know this. What was that explosion?
Oh yeah, sure. So here's what happened. So I went back yesterday.
That was an incredible explosion.
Yeah, it was bad. So as we approached Crawford, I was on the phone with the 911 there three times before we hit, actually. Back 20 miles southwest and 5 miles southwest, and they sent a deputy out southwest, the sheriff did, and they were waiting for it like I was coming up. And as we approached, I didn't know there was a gas plant there. There's a kind of a natural gas processing plant. Yeah, natural gas processing plant. And there's hundreds of those around the state of Texas, right? They're not really big, but they're big enough, right? And I didn't realize the tornado was going to run over it, and it basically took a direct hit. And when it did, don't know what. The hot pressed gas.
So intense.
Oh yeah, it was a drill bit, and of course when it hit that gas plant, in about as a crow flies from Highway 21, I was about, I don't know, eighth of a mile, quarter mile from it to just to the east north, just to the southeast of the plant exploding, and so when that happened, it was. It got my attention, and it illuminated it. It was, you can see the swirl of the tornado right inside the fireball, and I called the 911 back, talked to the dispatcher, and I said, "Hey, a big explosion just happened. It's coming to the city. Get prepared for a major disaster." Luckily, very luckily, literally by less than a quarter mile, the tornado skirted the northwest side of Crawford on the outer perimeter road, because you get on the south side of the inner perimeter circle, both houses and commercial properties. There was a lot more houses and buildings. And actually, I was there last night about this time, about 5 o'clock yesterday. I was in Crawford talking to the police there. And
Jeff just flew in this morning, so he's pretty tired.
So so the Crawford Police Department shared some details, some of the things I can't share, but about what happened, the other things that happened. But they were, when I told them where I was, and I said, "Were you out, or were you inside the police station taking care of, or was you out in the field?" And they said, "Oh no, we're out in the field." I said, "Did you see the explosion?" And they expressed their thoughts on the explosion, and it scared everybody. I mean, it scared the jeebers out of everybody. They saw it like, oh my gosh. They saw it. And
do you remember we saw something similar when we were chasing the El
yeah,
Reno?
Reno situation did that. Yeah,
F5.
Reno 1, I call it Reno 1, right. It was, the F5 that came out west of El Reno, not the more recent El Reno, but the tornado went across.
It was 2011.
Yeah, that's right. It hit a gas power plant, there on the south side of 40, created a gigantic fireball inside of the tornado and went up like a mushroom cloud, and that was totally crazy. So
I have that video online too, and it stays in my mind because Joplin was the first EF5 I had ever seen, and not 2 days later did I see another EF5.
Yeah, 2 F5s within 48 hours.
In 2011.
Yeah. Let's see, Ontario County here, followed you for years. Thank you. Never a dull moment. That's true. It's never dull. And you provide abundance of knowledge. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys in Canada. We love Canada, by the way, a lot. I'm not kidding. I'm not just saying that. We really do love Canada.
That was our first vacation we ever took together. Was Canada.
Jasper was for the all out in British Columbia. The wines, the wines and your coho salmon and the restaurants up there. Are you kidding me? Oh my goodness.
So
Jasper and the lodge up there, and it's phenomenal. Thank you. Yes. Lucia, thank you so much. Yes, that was on Periscope. Yes, we, how do I say this?
Hi, Jennifer W. Thank you.
Yeah.
Hello.
Officially and unofficially, we broke all Periscope records for that day.
He did. Yeah, that's right.
On a global event. I mean, people from around the world. That was a global event on Periscope. Yeah. I'm sorry. So yeah, when I talk about technology, I need to slow it way down, and I've been trying to work on that. I really have. It's not, I don't know. It's a fine line between, you got to get information out fast, and I'm really bad about letting it rip, right? I'm just like, wow. I think I'm the only one that can actually overwhelm a digital circuit on a phone. If you know what I'm talking about. People in the high-speed internet, you know what I'm talking about. And that's a whole talk in itself. There's a lot of funny things along with that. Yes, is there any alternate cell type for the subsidiary life feed during chase? Yeah, there is. Just a minute. Yeah, there is. There's just so much technology out there. I think in the next, and I don't have any inside information to one specific product or coming up, I think in the next 24 to 36 months, globally, the entire way we communicate with each other on a global scale is going to change, and it'll change forever. It'll change forever in the coming next 2 to 3 years. You'll communicate like you've never been done before. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of great meteorologists. Yes.
We probably should start wrapping it up. We
Yes.
probably need to eat dinner, and I know that's where my mom was going.
Well, thank you so much. Yes, 25 confirmed. Yeah, a lot of tornadoes. Yes.
Oh, was there a single incident or storm that led y'all to becoming storm chasers for you?
It's both for different. It's both. I mean, it's different. I mean, I think
completely different for both.
Yeah, my deal with probably June 8th, 74, when I was a kid, 14 years old, told my mom was going to be a tornado in Tulsa 5 hours before it happened. Yeah, that was pretty good. But I think the thing that changed me is getting washed away in a flood when I was 2 years later, 15 years old, I almost died in a flash flood in Tulsa Memorial Day weekend. Got rescued by a fire department.
I'm sorry to be rude, but I think most people, they would scare them away from it. With you, it made you wonder what causes it.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Creates, the weather, what drives that? That's what.
Absolutely. Well, I appreciate it. Thank you so much for the nice comments. But if I just said, man, people blow up your personal fund. Yeah, people blow up the personal fund. So some of that. So here's what happened, and this is this. And I've now got settings where this won't happen again, right? We got things blocked, turned off. You can't call during streams, all those things. There's other features you can turn off. But yeah, what happens with a major catastrophe anywhere in the world, right? Who's ever on the scene? Everybody in the world wants to talk to you, whether it's news agencies, it's documentaries. A lot of times it's family members. They got family members in that town, that city. I mean, I can't tell you how many people were calling me from around the world that had family members currently living in, down in the hurricane area, and they would want to know if their loved ones are okay, and that's not uncommon. And a lot of times they can't reach me, or they can reach me if they see me text because they know I'm live. It's like, can you go check this house? Here's the address, and people just want to know if their family members are alive, right, and they're okay.
We will definitely revisit the Blue Shed merch.
Yeah,
We'll
anytime.
definitely make it a
Yeah, we'll have to
priority.
reach out to people that.
We will.
Yeah, we'll have to reach out to people. And we've got several things in works. That's one of them. We've got Blue Sheet Team, and we got all kinds of things we could do there. Yes. And so yes. Cafe has a website, Cafe Express, where you're on your tornado, where you do the cups and glasses and everything.
Oh yeah. It's a tornadoes is the name of it's Cafe Press, and it's something obscure that was going on well before anything else, and so I have cups, t-shirts, stuff like that for Twister Chasers on Cafe Press. If you go to our website, twisterchasers.com, it has a link to that little obscure merch thing, but it's not the easiest thing to do, so
but we'll make it easier.
I definitely need to start on YouTube.
Go Blue Sheet Team, that whole Blue Sheet Team was very unique with the building out front and everything that happened that people followed. It was a pivotal moment in kind of weather. I will say, let's see, I can make this claim. Yes, I can. I think without a doubt, more people watched the eye of a Cat 4 hurricane, major hurricane making landfall before, during, and in the eye of any event globally in history on social.
What's
right? From a cell phone, be able to live stream from a cell phone at a major hurricane, Cat 4, Cat 5, Cat 3, and a major deal, and having 1 million people around the world watch it live as it happened. It's never happened before in history before Hurricane Harvey. Yeah, there's so many hurricanes chases that was a global.
That is amazing how you stay connected. That just blows my mind.
It's unbelievable. Now you can't connect when I'm right next to the tower and I'm the only one
weird.
there.
It's
Are you
so
serious?
Like,
really? Come on.
That's just why.
We're going to fix that problem. Come on. This is 2022. We can stay on the circuit and get that problem solved.
We better wrap
Okay,
up.
we're going to wrap up. She's tired. I'm tired. Thank you guys for all your support and everything. Let us know in the comment section if you guys want us to do more of these once a month, once a week, once every 2 weeks, those kind of things. Lots going on, a lot of exciting things going on, a lot of great things to talk about.
I promise you, I will have that video. It's not going to be a premiere though. I've read quite a bit about premiere on YouTube, and I think I'm just going to go for the upload. So I'll just be sure and post the link on all social media avenues like Twitter and Instagram, Facebook, that kind of thing. So.
Well, thank you guys for all the support. Are we going to get a hurricane finally in Tampa? I hope not. We got a lot of clients there, a lot of friends down there. I hope not. You can't tell. Nobody can tell you how far in advance.
On TV, I like that.
If somebody's going to be, impacted by a hurricane, you just need to get in hurricane preparedness mode. Start here June 1st.
Thank you, Kristen. That was sweet. Thank you so much.
Yeah, just get ready for hurricane season like you do every year, right? Water, gas, and just think about what's going on with the gas current situation. Yeah, you got to think about the current gas situation. Yeah. Stock up on wood, get plywood, get your shutters, get stuff way ahead of time. Because this year, with shortages on a lot of things, you don't want to be in a situation where a major's coming, you don't have the supplies, right?
We're definitely making a thing.
Yeah. All right. She Kathy's wanting to shut it down. She's ready to. She's ready to bell. Trust me, she's ready to bell. All right. This is great. Thank you guys. We appreciate all your support. That was awesome. And we'll come up with another thing. I don't know. We need to do like a certain night of the week. We need to do this.
Yeah, we'll think about it.
We'll figure it out. Yeah, we'll figure it out. Okay, thank you guys for this evening. Appreciate all the support and everything. Thank you so much. Good night, guys. Bye-bye. Yep.